We've been told by the rebels that he has been captured. What they haven't said at the moment are the circumstances under which he's been captured. I've met Saif al-Islam on numerous occasions now, watched him at work over the course of the last few months. To my mind, he's not a man who would be giving himself up anytime soon. He's the guy that lived the lavish lifestyle, had his 38th birthday party on glamorous yachts off Montenegro, travelled the world, was almost the kind of westernised face of Tripoli. I can't see it within his psyche that he would have said, OK, here's my time to face justice. So we still await the details of the circumstances of how he's been captured, but it does seem at the moment that he is in the hands of the rebels. Also, we understand that either detention or perhaps even being killed by the rebels, another Gaddafi son, Mohammed, a rather eerie phone call was being made to another television station when he then said that the rebels were at the door and the line went dead. So that's two of the Gaddafi heirs. We don't know about Hamis, the military son of Colonel Gaddafi. We know that he ran the 32nd Brigade and his barracks were overrun yesterday. No details of his whereabouts. And of course, the big million-dollar question, Colonel Gaddafi, where is he? No clue at the moment. Potentially he could have gone to Sirte, his hometown, or reports that we've always had that there's a myriad of bunkers somewhere under Bab al-Azizia, his main presidential palace, or elsewhere across the city. We really don't know where he is at the moment.
Lisa, this was a remarkable advance overnight, very speedy. How did they do it?
Yeah, it was incredibly speedy. Actually, I have to say, to my mind, at this stage, it all looks a little bit too easy. We know that the rebels are saying that still 15% of the city is in the control of Gaddafi's forces. It actually kind of reminds me almost of Baghdad and how quickly that seemed to fall. And I can remember being in Baghdad and then the statue fell and there was a guy in front of me who actually tried to take the head of the statue. He put it in a wheelbarrow, carted it off in front of me, and a sniper shot him dead. I.e., look at the instability which now seems to be reigning supreme on day 2 of all of this. But let's have a look at the geography at the moment and look at the areas where we know that Colonel Gaddafi still has some power and influence. Bab al-Azizia, this is his presidential compound. It's absolutely massive and sprawling. It's part military base as well. We know that that's not in the hands of the rebels at the moment. But look at all these big key areas where there's been a real sense of momentum. Souk al-Jumra, I was there a few weeks ago. People were saying to me, we want to go out and protest, but we'll be shot. Well, not anymore. At the moment, it seems Souk al-Jumra, Fashloom, Bin Ashwar, over here, and also Green Square, largely in the hands of the rebels, although we are hearing reports of skirmishes and fighting around Green Square as well. If we get try to get a wider sense of how all of this has happened, it has been so quick, as you say, Eamon. Literally, Zawiya over here, this is where the rebel advance came from. And this literally has happened within the course of the last 48 hours. This was how it came about. The rebels moved east towards the capital Tripoli, sweeping past Zawiya, sweeping past Maya and into Tripoli last night. They wanted to cut supply routes from the west, from also the east, Misrata as well. And we understand that a ship with about 200 rebel fighters landed in Tripoli, and that came from Misrata as well. So that's how they've managed to do it. They've tried to push in and literally besiege the capital, Tripoli. The problem is, though, you've still got, and the reality is we don't know to what extent, a divided country, because Colonel Gaddafi does, we think, still have control of a couple of key towns and cities. Let's have a look. This is one to remember because this is going to be a busy place, I reckon, in the next few days. This is Colonel Gaddafi's hometown. It's east of the capital, Tripoli, but we think that he still enjoys a power base there. Also, another place where there could be clashes, Zawara. Now, actually, ironically, that's also on the coastal road coming in from Tunisia, but we think that he still has some base of support there. But then look at all these other main places. Tripoli, 80 to 90% now, we believe, in the hands of the rebels. Misrata, of course, Benghazi, that's been in the hands of rebels for some time. Zawiya, that's what really started things moving when that fell to the rebels just a couple of days ago.